Shreddybrek with
Ben, hello.
Mr. Clang and Bang, repping that Shreddybrek t-shirt.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do a bit of a Q&A / conversation video, just general chit chat about, but I don't actually know what the questions are, any questions that Ben has got. We'll just get on with it like that. So this is going to be, I think, is it episode 4 of the Showtime content spectrum. I think maybe episode 4.
I thought it was 5.
Could be 5, could be episode, could be 5 times, book of tea. But whatever episode it is, this is Showtime, so let's get started.
Yep, cool. Right, these are just like basic like bodybuilding questions that anyone could ask. Basically, I always found it difficult, like when wanting to work out my macros and stuff like that. What is basically the simplest way of working out your macros for cutting and bulking?
Cutting and bulking.
Yeah.
Simplest way is probably easiest way. Not saying it's like the most optimal or whatever, but the easiest way to get at least started.
Like to say like this is my first cut, my first bulk.
Probably just whatever your body weight is, multiply it by. If you want to just add pure mass and you're not bothered about, getting fat or whatever like that.
Yeah.
If you're a hard gainer or you struggle, you're one of these people who just can't put weight on at all, take your body weight, times it by 20, eat that number of calories with, as a rough start, something like a 50% carb, 30% or 35% protein, 15 or 20% fat, roughly that breakdown. That's probably the easiest way I'd say to get started. But I'm not saying it's the best or the most optimal because everybody is different. But if you're just like, alright, starting new at the gym, I want to put some weight on, I want to put some size on, you don't have a clue, just times your current body weight by 20, it's showing you want to bulk. If you want to cut, if you know already how many calories you eat in a day, and you want to lose some weight, reduce that number by 10%, pretty much reduce just carbs, maybe a little bit of fat. If you don't know how much food you're already eating though, then you'd probably have to either track your food that you're eating, which will take at least a week to establish how much weight, if you're gaining, maintaining or whatever. Or times it by maybe, 13 or 14, times your body weight by 13 or 14. That gives you your total calories for the day. Again, use the same 50, 30 or 35, 15 or 20 split for cutting. As just the most basic, easy, get started. And then going from there, you would tinker it until you get like a better understanding.
Because now you don't track your fats, do you?
Nah, I just pretty much have like.
Is there like a reason for that? Like, is fats that important to track, or is it just always like, don't go eat lard? don't go eat like.
Don't go eat 2 tubs of peanut butter.
I
don't know, like for me, I know pretty much how much protein I eat, pretty much how much carbs I need. The fats, as long as it's like reasonable, there's only so much fat I can eat a day really anyway.
Just from the foods that you're eating, because you eat like really clean, don't you? So
it's rare that I eat foods to get my fat intake up. When I'm cutting at least anyway. When I'm trying to put weight on, then I'm probably a bit like, I'll keep track of my fat more. But it's pretty rare that I think, right, I have a certain fat intake I need to hit that every day type of thing. My fats just come more naturally from the foods I eat.
Right.
If I'm having eggs for breakfast, say, I'm pretty much having between 3 and 5 yolks to that. If you have a bit of beef through the day, you fat through just your normal food you're eating. For me, that gets enough fat. For other people, though, they might want to hit, if they've got, say if they're aiming for 70 grams, they'll be 100%, I need 70 grams of fat.
So have you noticed the difference? Because you train for a show, tracking your fats and that. Have you noticed a difference when you're kind of a bit more lenient on the fats? Not
really. I mean, as long as you're not having, I don't ever really aim for a certain fat. But on average, my fats, I think when I was getting ready for my last show, my fats were averaging out about 35, 36 a day, just between like from the foods I was eating. Now though, depending on like if I have like how many eggs I have a day, how much porridge I have a day, it might end up anywhere like up to 60. But I don't like to get any more than 60 because then that would just put me calories way too over for a cut. I'll go from a deficit to a surplus.
So it's just basically the amount of calories that you take. You know that
pretty much. I mean,
It's the foods that you eat that you just know.
I just know, yeah. That probably comes from like more just experience for me of doing it. Whereas if like you're brand new to it, then maybe he's aiming for a certain fat.
It'll just get you into the routine.
Yeah, and then it's the same for carbs and protein though. Like I could pretty much go through a full day without tracking any of the macros I have. As long as I weigh the food out, just in my head, I know how much I need, how much is what. That's just because I know like macros of certain foods off the top of my head, the ones I have all the time.
Yeah.
I know what I need to have, so it's just routine.
Yeah. So how many weeks roughly would you recommend, say, starting to cut? Say if you were thinking, oh, maybe not just for a competition, but I'm going on holiday.
Yeah.
I wanna look good on the beach. How many weeks would you say is a good starting point to say aim for like a 12-week or aim for 6 weeks or?
Probably just give yourself a minimum of 12 because.
Because I know it's like one of those things. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get like someone as fat as like fat bastard from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
You go 12 weeks, you'll be.
Yeah.
You'll have
That's
six,
what I mean. It depends on
six
what you look like or what you go. Say if you just want to get in shape for summer.
Yeah.
Let's say you're not like obese. Let's say you're not like massively overweight.
Yeah.
If you're strict and you're training hard, dieting right for 12 weeks, you'll be like in good shape where you take your top off on like a beach or whatever. Holiday, you look decent. If you are like fat as fuck though, like obese or whatever, then you're going to need to be like probably like a half a year.
Yeah.
If you're obese, it's like a long-term process to get into shape.
Yeah.
But if you just like average, like not too out of shape, a minimum of 3 months, and then anything extra above that is obviously going to benefit you more.
So with your like competition like routine, like usually you do what, about 2-3 competitions a year?
This will be 3rd year competing. First year I did 2 shows. I did one in May.
Yeah.
Well, I did 3 shows. I did one in May, one in October.
Yeah.
And that was a qualifier to another show. So I did 2 at the end of the year. Second year competing, I did the Navan North, qualified to the Britain finals, and then later in the year I did a show in November, and then this year I'm doing the Navan North in May, maybe. I'm doing the UK BFF show in June, and I think that'll probably be for this year because I'm in the Misters.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I just need to put more size on, but say lean.
Yeah.
So I'll do these shows up until June. That will give me like half of a year where I've been dieting, getting like sort of stage ready.
Yeah.
Then the aim is obviously to try and stay relatively lean, but I can then maybe use the rest of like the year to slowly put some size on, not have to worry about, taking 12, 14, 16 weeks out of diet down again, and then see what happens again.
Because that's one of the things, like you'd think, like say, like you were doing like 3 competitions, like you said there, November, and then the next one's in May.
Yeah.
You've not really, you've got not really got that time to bulk, have you?
I got ready for the November show last year, and then come January I was dieting, ready for this one. So it's like I spent 12 weeks or however long it was getting ready for the show in November.
Yeah.
I had November, December, it's 8 weeks where I wasn't having to be like contest prep.
Yeah.
And then alright back to like.
So that's I suppose you kind of want to have that, like maybe take that year off or something like that, just so you can keep.
I don't think that I need a year.
But like just at least a good
time where it's not just like alright, diet for 12, 16 weeks for a show, then chill out for 8 weeks where I'm not having a contest prep, and then I'll back in a contest prep.
Yeah.
So I think this year is just going to be I'll compete in June, and then that'll be it for the year, and then probably next January start contest prep again.
No, good. So is there any like supplements that you would say these are the best supplements to take? I would recommend them. And is there any supplements that you would say stay clear from? They don't really do anything.
Well, supplements I'd recommend that work have to be steroids, because everyone knows that you need steroids to get a decent body.
Exactly.
Everyone on YouTube knows that. Or if you read the comments in the videos, everyone would think that they know that. But in terms of you don't from creatine because it's cheap and it's every study ever done on creatine monohydrate it works pretty much.
You can feel the difference. I definitely can feel the difference on it to not be.
So I can't feel a huge difference, but for the price of it, because it's like there's so much science to back it up, it's like right, I'll take it.
I think it's mainly for me. I can just feel that extra little bit of strength.
Yeah, some people can probably feel it more than others. Me, I don't think I don't think, oh, I'm on creatine, I'm feeling big or strong or whatever, but I know it's helpful, so I take it. Outside of that, you know, a protein powder is good just to help you hit your macros. It's not essential because you can just eat. You know, I don't want protein shakes every day because I have a pretty big appetite, so I prefer eating a lot of food. Yeah. But I always have protein in the house, so I know
just in case.
Yeah, type of thing.
Like, oh, the freezer's broke, my chicken's all defrosted.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Then I know, like, oh, well, I've got some like protein powder in there or whatever. So it's easy just to have, like you say, like worst case scenario.
You've got some of that.
Yeah. If
anything, I can imagine sometimes as well, eating that amount of food can just be.
Some days you just get fucking fed up with like having to eat so much.
Like you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to go out for the day. Tupperware box. Sack this.
Sometimes
I'm just gonna bring a tray.
If you've got like a bit of a sweet tooth, you know, there's only so much breast. I'm a man that likes big breasts, as Connie knows. But woo! But where was that?
All I can think is breasts now. You got the tray.
I've got breast on the mind because breast is certainly best. But you know, after maybe eating 3 of the same meal, like if I had to go to work, I'll take the same meal 3 times because it's convenience. Yeah. So I might like grab a protein shake just in my bag in case I think, oh right, I want something different now. Yeah, it's not a bit of a sweet tooth. It's just a bit of a flavour.
Because you make like you kind of.
I always eat a sludge because it's unreal.
Yeah, it's
nicer than drinking it. If you drink it, it's gone in a couple of seconds. Yeah. It's like your first time having sex. It's just boom, gone like that.
Well, speak for yourself.
Sludge though, it's just an all-nighter. It's like a double dipper. And that's what I'm all about in shreddybrek. But no, the sludge it's just a better way to have.
It's kind of good because you can like fill it with like all your macronutrients of like your fruits and that kind of. You can put like blueberries in.
Frozen blueberries, and it's just like more desserty.
Yeah.
And you're just actually eating something rather than just drinking it. Yeah. But in terms of necessary, I'd recommend them two. Yeah. Creatine, because it's a sort of protein, pretty much just foods. Yeah. Outside of that, there's nothing really like essential. Like,
is there anything that you would say waste of money?
I don't know, because if I think it's a waste of money, I probably don't buy it myself. Anyway, so it's hard for me to say that's a waste of money.
Because like with me, I quite enjoy taking fat burns. Yeah. Because like basically it just makes me sweat.
I'd say there's a lot of supplements, like fat burns and stuff like that. It's not a waste of money if you're doing everything spot on. Yeah. And you're just thinking, like, if you've got the budget for it, you think, oh, well, I'm dying, you're already losing weight, and it might just give you that extra tiny bit to help you out. Yeah. It's a waste of money if you've got a fat ass, doesn't even train, doesn't track the macros.
I've got a fat burger on one hand, I've got pizza in the other.
Yeah, and it's like they're trying to do like a juggling act or a balance act with them. It's like, oh, a slice of pizza, I'll take 2 fat burger tablets to cancel out. Yeah, waste of money. Yeah. But it's just what you make of it. Like, there's a lot of supplements that maybe there's a lot of like different maybe protein blends or things like that. Like, I think protein blends are good in terms of like having an egg whey in casein protein. But then if you're buying like that blend, that's it, then you need that one protein powder. You don't then need to go and buy like a blend of protein powders that got like vegetable proteins and soy protein, shit like that. And it's just, for me, if you've got the money for something, it's not a waste. There's all the science out there. So a lot of people say branched chains are a waste of money. I use them all the day. I use them every day. Yeah. But I wouldn't say, right, you need to go and buy them. No. Because
it does add, I personally think branched chains are.
I think for the average gym goer who probably doesn't train too hard, they get pretty much enough protein, then they probably don't need extra branched chains because they'll get the majority from the diet, they get enough protein where they don't need them. However, someone bodybuilding, somebody who's undergoing really intense like weightlifting sessions, really pushing themselves in the gym, having that branched chain into a workout or branch into it will, in my opinion, just help with recovery. I'm not a scientist though. I don't have I'm not the Walter White of the supplement industry.
Hang on, what? Suck you. I thought I was talking to a professor here.
I'm the professor. I am the professor of supplements, but you have people coming out with all the science to say this is a waste of money, but then equally you'll have a study to say, well, it can be beneficial for this reason. For me, it's like, if somebody has the money to spend on something and they want to do it, let them get on with it. Like, don't dictate what they should and shouldn't do. Offer your opinion, offer your advice, but respect that that person is entitled to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Like people can listen to you every day, but
people can watch this now. People might just disagree with what I've just said. The points change. People might think pre-workout's essential. I don't think it is. People might think there's other supplements out there that are essential, but I don't think that. Just everyone's different. Everyone has their own opinion, and if you want to buy supplements, do your research.
Yeah. It's your money.
You do, if you think it works for you, even if just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Within reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And quickly speaking about like fat burns and that, I tried to ask a few people on Twitter like bodybuilders and that. No one ever replies to the little guy.
He's got a little shreddybrek answering everybody.
Fat burners help lose water weight. Creatine retains water.
Right.
Do they cancel each other out? Do you know anything about that? Or?
I don't know if fat burners help lose water weight.
I'm sure that's what I read. I thought they help. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty much pissing out sweat when I'm taking fat burners.
I'm not sure a fat burner, it's more thermogenic, so the idea is it's to help try and heighten your metabolism so you burn calories more. Things that make you lose water are diuretics, which is what helps you lose water. Creatine does hold water in the muscle. Yeah. But your muscle's made of water anyway. Yeah. So I don't think taking a fat burner along with creatine would cancel it out. Right. However, if you take the diuretic, the idea would be to try and, I think some bodybuilders would use them before a show. Yeah. I've never used them to try and get rid of water weight. Yeah. So I'm probably not knowledgeable enough to answer that, but I don't think fat burners are intended to lose water weight. Alright.
Maybe I just read that wrong. So is there any foods that you would say stay away from? I mean, typical, don't eat cow.
Well, this is like another big debate that we talk about all the time, just general chit chat and stuff like that. A couple of years ago, the old-fashioned approach to sort of bodybuilding is chicken and rice, fish, eggs, porridge, blah blah blah. Yeah. You don't. It's basically diet comes down to common sense. You need your macros, right? And you can argue. Someone can argue with me all the once in the comment section, Facebook, whatever.
Please do. It'll be fun.
Yeah. If it fits your macros, shouldn't be called. If it fits your macros, it should be called common sense. Yeah. You have your macros for the day. You fill them up with foods that are healthy. Yeah. Foods that are going to provide you good nutrition and foods that you enjoy the taste of. Yeah. Is white rice superior to brown rice? Is brown rice superior to potatoes? Is sweet potatoes better than normal potatoes? Are those better than porridge? Is porridge better than cornflakes? It doesn't matter because it's all like similar foods. Yeah. That you can get like decent volume from. It gives you good nutrition, and if you like them, eat them. What's stupid is when you might have somebody dieting, trying to lose weight, in a calorie deficit, and you have maybe 60 grams of fat to play with, 200 grams of carbs. Yeah. And they'll starve themselves all day to have like a Pop-Tart with a slice of cake on a night. It's just stupid. It's not to starve yourself all day to have that. It's just stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. Use common sense. If I'm eating processed foods, like, I'm trying to think of a good example of foods that I eat, and after I've eaten, I'm thinking, oh, fucking hell, that didn't, like,
what about,
agree with me.
Anything from Greg's? Bagel tarts?
Well, yeah. Like, if you eat sort of a cake, a little slice, fit in your macros.
Like that cake that you get from...
Oh, the Costco cake, I'm actually sure. I wouldn't ever have that dieting down for sure, because it's just not worth. You eat that, you don't feel like full as in, oh, I really feel full, hungry. You feel, for me, something feels a bit like, oh God, it's like that. But you don't feel like full as if like, oh, I've ate enough, that I've got all my nutrition type thing. It's just not worth the calories when you're dieting down. Yeah. If you're maintaining a bulk, you've got the calories to play with. Yeah, throw it in there occasionally, not every day. Yeah. Like, I don't see... If it fits your macros, it's just basic common sense dieting. Yeah. If you're trying to lose weight, and you're struggling, then
put that chunky down.
Yeah, just cut the shit foods out.
Yeah.
That you can have 30 grams worth of Pop-Tart, you eat it, you're still hungry.
Yeah.
You might stick to your macros for the day but feel like shit because you're hungry still. You might eat it hungry, you're just picking that stuff all night without tracking it. You don't realise you've gone over your calories.
Yeah.
You don't realise that that's why you're not losing weight.
Yeah.
If you're not in a calorie deficit and you need to eat say 500 grams of carbs to be gaining weight and you have a hard time eating like 500 grams worth of carbs from rice or potatoes or whatever, then yeah, eat the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
If you feel okay from it, eating processed food, eat it.
Yeah, like if it doesn't upset your stomach, or you just
if it makes you feel ill, or if it just doesn't agree with it, don't eat it.
Yeah, or like if it makes, like I always find like say if I eat something like heavy like that, like say if I do have something like processed food or whatever, it can make me feel lazy. I can feel like I don't want to go to the gym.
So imagine eating that before like a workout or something like that. It's just you're gonna fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm really not bothered. Like at work, like my mate there, he'd be like say if he's got a lot of work on, he'd be like, I don't want a big lunch.
Yeah.
If I have a big lunch,
you're feeling knackered after.
It's gonna be like at 3 o'clock. I want to be in bed.
Everyone's different, but I know exactly what you mean by that. It just comes down to common sense. If you're struggling to lose weight and you've still got like, the biggest thing that annoys me is when people post what is clean eating. Everyone knows stereotypically what clean eating is.
Yeah.
It's avoiding fast food, junk foods, things like I'm not even going to describe it anymore because people know just like what it is. So it's just using common sense. If you can fit that into your diet and you feel full still and you're making progress, eat it.
Yeah.
If you're struggling to feel full and you're struggling to stick to your diet by having those junk foods in there, take them out or limit them. I'm not saying completely like never ever eat a Pop-Tart and never ever eat cake in your life, but rather than having them every day or starving yourself every day to have that on a night, have it once a week.
Yeah, like I
still enjoy it, but just common sense.
It's basically like I see it just as an excuse.
Yeah.
Like if I want to eat a pizza, I'm just going to eat it. Like I'm not going to be like but it's fine. It fits my macros.
Yeah.
It's not. I would have like turkey mince and rice is going to be so much better than having a pizza.
Yeah.
But if I want a pizza,
just eat this.
I'm just going to eat it. I'm not going to be like, it's fine. It fits me macros. It's fine. I'm going to have two tubs of peanut butter. It fits me fats.
Yeah.
Like no, if it doesn't, it's obviously not going to be as beneficial as eating clean.
Yeah. It's just common. It goes back to common sense.
Yeah. So okay, going back to like kind of like the bro way of eating. What is it about say eating 6 meals a day to say over like just having your standard 3 square meals, or is there like a benefit? Like what is your reasoning for eating smaller meals over
when I first started, when I was younger, and you'd read bodybuilding magazines or you'd read the internet stuff like that, or eating every 3 hours, heightens your metabolism and keeps you going, stuff like that. It's been proven that that's not true in terms of your metabolism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, eating regular is going to control your hunger more.
Yeah.
So let's say if you wake up in the morning, you skip breakfast, you skip dinner, by the time you get in the night, you're starving hungry. Before you've even made your tea, before you even start cooking something.
Open the Pop-Tarts.
Open the cupboards, you open the cupboards, you start picking that stuff and start eating stuff before you've even had your meal.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, you don't have that food there prepared, you'll just eat whatever just to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Before you even start feeling full from biscuits or just easy food to pick at, you could have went blasted through 2,000 calories without even knowing it. You could blast through 2,000 calories and just picking at stuff before you've even made your meal. For me, I like to eat every couple of hours because I'm hungry. It's as simple as that. If I wasn't hungry, then I wouldn't eat. I would wait 3.5 hours for it. If I feel hungry, I'm eating. It's as simple as that. So I'll eat typically probably every 2.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's more important to get your macros for the day, but for maintaining muscle and building muscle, it's important to have protein in your system all the time for protein synthesis and the constant feeding of the amino acids, which is why it's recommended to eat, smaller servings of protein every couple of hours. It just goes back to the common sense thing. I mean, you could look at people who do intermittent fasting. There's always going to be the exception, but as a general rule of thumb, if you go look at intermittent fasting, the general population who also work out, they're not going, at least from what I've seen on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, people who follow the intermittent fasting, where they'll have I think it's breakfast, eat nothing else all day, have something on the night, or they'll have nothing all day and have something on the night, never ever look as good as those who eat, throughout the day just normal. It doesn't make sense to me to starve yourself
Yeah.
just to eat something nice. You know, you eat like, yeah, sometimes I might eat a meal and then an hour later I'm hungry. I wouldn't eat an hour later, I would just wait like 2.5 hours or 2 hours or whatever for the next meal. But I mean, that's for me, that's why I eat regular. It's easier to, if I'm bulking, so I'm in calorie separate, it's easier to eat regular often as opposed to having a massive meal, making yourself feel a little like over full, make yourself feel tired from it.
Yeah.
When you're dieting down, it's nice because you're hungry. Oh, okay, I can have that. Oh, it's like another hour to wait. Oh, I can have something else, rather than just not eating anything all day and then just blasting through calories. So you can't control yourself through your hunger.
Yeah, I think you put it well to me before when I said like, sometimes I'm in the gym and I've just not got the energy.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, when you're eating before you work out?
Yeah.
I went, well, I'm eating at lunchtime. I went, yeah, but you're coming in the gym at 7.
Yeah.
And you've not ate since 12.
So you'll be hungry.
Of course you're gonna of course you're gonna have that energy. So like now at work, people look at me. Like I'll come in, I'll have my breakfast, then I'll have 12 o'clock a meal.
Yeah.
Then about 4, half 4, I'll have a meal.
Yeah.
Get to the gym about 7. Then I'll go home, have another meal.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, Ben, you're eating loads. It's like, well, not. Look at my portion sizes.
Yeah.
They're tiny. Like
compared to what like a normal person, calorie wise, it's probably the same over the course of the day.
Exactly.
What the people like that disregard is like them picking at crisps. Like they'll have the breakfast, hour later crisps, half an hour later chocolate bar, hour later they've got the lunch. Whereas yours just like breakfast, which is like a decent sized portion. Then throws later you've got another decent sized portion. But yeah, you're eating loads. Yeah. No, it's just look at the calories. And it's the same.
And that's the thing as well. As soon as 4 o'clock hits, I am hungry. So I'm thinking, I'm hungry. I'm like, well, I can't wait. If I go home and if I eat, well then I've ate, and then I need to go to the gym. I'm gonna feel, I'm gonna feel ill. I'm gonna get a stitch or something.
If somebody doesn't want to eat every 3 hours, don't. If somebody doesn't want to eat every 2 hours or 4 hours, if somebody wants to eat breakfast, dinner, tea, and that's it, let them do it like that. However, if you're not getting the results that you want, then look at your diet. You can probably like change it slightly in terms of your meal timing, so just get better performance in the gym. But you know, don't. If what you're doing doesn't work, and you just think for whatever reason, you don't need to eat with throws, it's broad, there's no science to back it up, whatever. But then don't complain when what you are doing doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's like I do this because it works for me. And that's the bottom line. It works for me. Like,
if it fits your macros, I'm sure Phil Heath, Kai Green, I'm sure they're not like, it's fine, I've got my Pop-Tarts.
But then those same if it fits your macros people will then just accuse them of steroid use.
Well, they're on the amount of roids.
You disregard it completely, so...
The amount of roids that you take, you cannot eat that many Pop-Tarts to give you that much mass.
It's all about the Pop-Tart gains.
If they're all on the roids, they're going to have to eat probably like a cow a day and stuff like that. You know, like that much meat.
Yeah.
They're not going to be eating like pizza, Pop-Tarts.
But you see, I mean, I've got no problem with it for fits your macros at all because that's what I do. I don't follow a meal plan of chicken and rice at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock fish and rice, fish and a rice cake, fish and a rice cake, fish. I don't do that. What I do is, at the minute, I'm averaging out 300 carbs a day, 240-ish protein, and my fats is no more than 60, but typically ends up 30 to 40. So if one day I want to eat potatoes and chicken, if one day I want to have cornflakes with eggs, I'll have that. If one day I want to have... In the same meal, boiled cornflakes.
Oh right, I thought you meant put the eggs on the cornflakes.
Typical breakfast.
What the hell is that where I'm going wrong?
I want to have like ground rice with something in, or form of porridge or whatever.
Right.
And I'm picking those foods, I like those foods. If I liked pasta as much as that, I would eat pasta.
You would fit that in more.
I'd choose rice because I like it. It's not because it's bro, it's because I like that food.
There's
not a single food in my diet that I don't enjoy. It's just, go back to common sense. If you like pasta, eat pasta. Don't think you can't have it. You know, it's just common sense. Fill your macros up with the foods that you like, that give you good nutrition and micronutrients, not just processed crap that contains nothing.
One more question. How do you think your lifestyle, say if you're eating, if you go to the gym, does that affect your social life? Does it affect your home life? Is your bodybuilding lifestyle that detrimental to?
The question I thought you were going to ask was, how do you like your eggs in the morning?
Oh, well,
we put you spun it around completely. Is it detrimental? Probably I'm cutting for a show in ways it is because I'm the type, I take the attitude where if I don't know what the macros are, I won't eat it, which rules eating out because you don't know exactly what the macros are and stuff.
I
So
hope you
when I
mean
start-
eating out in restaurants, not
Yeah, so it's
not
pretty
eating
much
out.
like
Eating out.
eating out. So it's pretty much no more minutes that all you can eat pie buffet. We're not trying to do that yet. It's like, so I'm only out at restaurants, which obviously has an effect on.
What's your macros? What?
If you smell it.
Fish and a rice cake. Fish and a rice cake.
Fish, and in the rice cake it's fish. But in terms of like detrimental,
Yeah.
it's pretty much just, it's harder for like say me and Connie,
Yeah.
because my couple weekends, maybe it's not got anything to do, we can't go out to eat because of what the macros. That's just my choice though.
Yeah.
People could probably go out and eat it, and maybe it wouldn't have that much of an impact, but I like to know, it's more important for me to know like the foods I'm eating, like the quantities rather than the food choice itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Going back to the if it fits your macros thing, it's
Yeah.
important to know how much to actually eat. So it does have an effect in that, because you know we might not be like, can't go for meals and things like
Yeah.
that. Other than that though, it's not a huge impact. I mean, I don't drink alcohol anyway. I
Yeah.
don't enjoy going out partying down the town and things like that, so I don't miss any of that. That's not
Yeah.
as a result of bodybuilding. The only other thing it's like maybe is like I have to mess about with getting food. Like we can't just wake up
Yeah.
and think, oh, we'll head out for the day or whatever like that. I need to prepare food or get anything ready and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's not a huge task. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's not a massive like impact.
I suppose that's the thing, 'cause everyone in your life understands.
Yeah.
Like they'll go, oh well, that's just what you do.
There's times when like close to a show when your calories have dropped, you're doing more cardio and you take it on, you just feel back and you can't be able to do anything. I'm a pretty miserable bastard like as I get closer to a show. But other than that, it doesn't have a huge impact. However, if you ask Connie, she might have a different reply for that.
I'm sick of making your jelly. I'm sick of making your turkey.
Maybe she'll have a video response for this.
The smell of fish is doing me head in.
Rice cake, fish, rice cake, fish.
I've got rice everywhere. Well, yeah. I've got no more further questions really.
Well, I think that concludes this episode of Showtime. What's the run time on this?
Oh, it's a good 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes. Well, how long can you upload a video on YouTube for? Is it 30?
Hours.
Well, we'll put this up as a full unedited raw
Raw.
edition. However, I don't think it'll get as many views as normal because of the 30-minute time limit. But
Dedicated fans.
if you do it, if you've made it to this part, then you are officially in numero uno shredded.
You should have given them a discount code.
I should have given them a discount code. Yeah. Should have given them link in the description. But then, if you did get it all the way through the 30 minutes, you've either not got much going on in your life. You sat there watching us two knobheads talking, or you're probably just hitting cardio. As you're watching your subscriptions on YouTube. So this is the longest episode so far of Showtime. If you've got any questions for future episodes, shoot them down below. If you made it to the end, hit the like button. That's the thumbs up button. Don't hit that thumbs down. In fact, hit the thumbs down button if you disliked this, and then post a comment why you disliked it.
Yeah.
We'll get some controversy going on in the comments. But that's it for today. Any final words from Ben?
Look at these gains.
Look up there. When the biceps popping, we all know what starts dropping.
Woo!
Until next time, 10 rounds. Keep clanging and banging.